Your electricity bill keeps climbing. You're not imagining it. Your shopping cart is way smaller for that same $100. And yes, your water bill also went up. But what if this is just the beginning? Rates could spike by up to 40% by 2030, and that is just for power. This is not a new trend. Costs have been climbing steadily for decades, but the increase has gained momentum since 2021, seeing costs rise faster than ever before. Right now, utilities are requesting over $29 billion in rate hikes for just the first half of 2025. With the failing infrastructure, those rate hikes are just the beginning. We will expose the forces driving these costs, reveal the system's fragility, and show why staying grid-tied is a bad deal. This is a national crisis creating a new energy poverty. Nearly 80 million Americans are now struggling to pay their utility bills. Food, utilities, and fuel costs have skyrocketed over the last couple years. For the average family, utility bills now consume around 5% of their annual income, forcing difficult budget choices. The pain extends to businesses. High utility costs reduce competitiveness, with some facing bills over $150,000 a month, and others going out of business. The numbers are clear. These costs are unsustainable. So what is actually causing this relentless price surge? A primary driver is the grid itself. It is old and crumbling. Utilities spend billions on repairs, and those costs are passed directly to your bill. Simultaneously, we're putting historic strain on this old system. The surge from data centers, AI, and EVs creates demand the grid was never built for. Much of our power still comes from fossil fuels. When global fuel prices spike, that volatility is transferred directly to you, making bills unpredictable. But it's not simply infrastructure and demand. What if policies meant to build a better energy future are unintentionally raising your bills today? Before we answer that, there is another urgent problem. The issue now extends past what you pay, to whether the lights will even stay on. The hard truth is, the U.S. power grid is becoming more fragile. Official reliability measures are declining year over year. We have all seen the consequences. Extreme weather, like the 2021 Texas winter storm, exposes the system's weakness, leaving millions in the dark and cold for days. And warnings suggest this will worsen. On our current path, blackouts could increase by a shocking 100 times by 2030. So now we face two massive problems: skyrocketing costs and collapsing reliability. Let's return to our earlier question to see how they connect. We asked if well-intentioned policies could drive up costs. The answer is yes. State mandates for rapid energy transitions often carry steep price tags for consumers. This also affects reliability. Power from wind and solar is intermittent, meaning it is not produced 24/7, creating instability in a grid built for constant power. This requires expensive backup systems and grid balancing. These costs appear on your bill through complex levies and tariffs, making the entire system more expensive. Finally, the process for improving the grid is broken. Long bureaucratic approval timelines mean projects cost more, and you ultimately pay for those delays. So, it is a tangled web. Aging infrastructure, new demand, volatile fuels, and complex policies all pushing costs up and reliability down. Let's connect all the dots. Recall the surge in demand from AI and EVs? Now, combine that with crumbling infrastructure and slow approvals. We are adding massive weight to a cracking foundation. And recall the push for renewables? When you add the instability of intermittent sources to a grid already weakened by extreme weather, you create a dual vulnerability. This is the critical insight. These are not separate problems. It is a feedback loop. Expensive fixes raise costs, leading to policies that can harm reliability. You, the consumer, are caught in the middle. So, if staying on the grid means paying exponentially more for a less dependable service, why would you stay? We have seen the evidence. The traditional grid is becoming a financial and logistical liability. Its fundamental value proposition is breaking down. That up to 40% rate hike by 2030? It is not a random guess. It is the logical result of this broken, interconnected system struggling under its own weight. But being trapped in this cycle is not your only option. The opposite of dependence is independence. Controlling your own power, water, and food is the way to insulate yourself. The benefits extend past saving money. This is about securing your future against an unstable system. It is about resilience, predictability, and control. Start researching your options today. Look into solar, battery storage, and other solutions that put power back in your hands. Don't wait for the next rate hike to act. The grid is asking you to pay more for less. It's time to ask yourself if that is a price you are willing to pay. Uprooted Greens is here to help you answer that question.